Okay, picture this. Deep within the jungles of Guatemala, this absolute stone giant just towers above the treetops. This is the Tikal Pyramid. But if you just see it as, a pile of old rocks, you are missing the entire story. It is so much more than that. What we're really looking at is a monument to how an entire civilization saw the cosmos.
So what secrets are locked inside? I mean, this thing has been keeping quiet for centuries. But today, we're going to decode it piece by piece to really understand how the ancient Maya saw their universe and their own place in it.
Right, so here's the thing you've got to get. The Temple of the Great Jaguar, that's its other name, it wasn't built for just one reason. No way. It was this multifunctional masterpiece, designed to connect the underworld, our world, and the stars all in one spot.
All right, so where do we even start to decode this thing? Well, we have to begin with its fundamental design, its architecture. Because, believe me, every single stone was placed with a really profound intention, starting with its connection to the Maya underworld.
Let's go back in time. We're talking around 732 AD. This incredible structure was commissioned by one of Tikal's most powerful rulers, a king named Jasaw I. And he wasn't just building a monument, he was cementing his legacy for all time. So this pyramid, it shoots up 154 feet into the sky. But it's not just one smooth side, right? It's built in 9 distinct levels, or terraces. And that number, 9, that's no accident. For the Maya, it was hugely significant. You see, in the Maya worldview, the cosmos was kind of split into 3 big parts. In the underworld, which they called Xibalba, was believed to have 9 different levels. So the pyramid's 9 terraces make it a physical map of that dark realm. By building a physical model of the underworld right here on Earth, the Maya were doing something pretty extraordinary. They were creating a focal point, a spiritual center for their entire cosmos. This gets us to a really cool idea called the Axis Mundi, or the world tree. Think about it. The pyramid's base is rooted in the Earth. Its 9 levels represent the underworld below, and its top, especially that fancy roof comb, that's the foliage reaching up into the celestial sphere of the gods. It was, quite literally, the center of their universe.
But hold on, the pyramid wasn't just a static map of the cosmos. It was also a dynamic instrument for tracking it, which brings us to its next layer of meaning.
I mean, the Maya were absolute masters when it came to astronomy, and the Tikal Pyramid is one of the greatest examples of their genius. It's a seriously sophisticated observatory, built with just breathtaking precision. From the temple's summit, a priest could watch the sun rise and set in perfect alignment with other temples on key dates, like the solstices. Now, this wasn't just about marking time. This was about survival. Knowing the exact day to plant and harvest was the difference between a feast and a famine. And by mastering the heavens, the king proved he was the vital link between the gods and his people, securing not just their food, but his own absolute power. And all this power and knowledge naturally led to the pyramid's most visible purpose, its role as this grand, epic stage for the most important rituals in the Maya world.
Just picture it. The king, decked out in magnificent regalia, ascending these incredibly steep steps. This wasn't just a walk, it was a symbolic journey, moving from the earthly realm up towards the heavens, closer to the gods. Every single step was part of the performance.
And this is where we see the pyramid's double life, really. On one hand, it was the public stage for the living king to display his power. But it was also his private tomb, designed to ensure his successful journey into the afterlife and his transformation into a divine ancestor.
Way up at the top, inside the small temple, that's where the most sacred rituals took place. This is where the king would perform acts of bloodletting, a personal sacrifice to nourish the gods, and open a direct portal for communication. Here, they'd burn precious offerings of jade, incense, and copal resin, sending their prayers straight to the heavens.
So okay, let's step back. When we put all these pieces together, the architecture, the astronomy, and the rituals, what do we actually see? We see the pyramid's true, multifaceted identity start to come into focus.
The thing is, it's not one of these things, it's all of them at once. It's a map of the universe, a tomb for a god king, a celestial clock, and a sacred stage. Each function reinforces the others, creating one of the most complex and meaningful structures in the ancient world. Ultimately, the Tikal Pyramid is so much more than a building. It's the Maya worldview made tangible. It's their entire belief system, their understanding of life, death, and cosmos, spelled out for all eternity in solid stone.
The pyramid reminds us that ancient civilizations looked to the stars to understand their place here on Earth. And it leaves us with a question. What other monumental codes are out there, just waiting for us to crack them?